Welcome to the Westchester News.
What have you seen in Yonkers City Hall?
Too many unnecessary employees. Government, I believe, has gotten too big and not in the right areas in all forms of government, county, city government primarily. There's too many political jobs created out of nothing just to keep people in office. They create jobs just to perpetuate their continuing to remain in office. Civil service is supposed to protect the people, to make government jobs available to everybody equally, but the civil service in Yonkers has been so corrupted for many years that that process has been flown out the window.
You came in here and you knew there was a lot of problems in the city council, in the mayor's office. What are those problems that you were concerned about? What are the frustrations that you're going through now? And what are the things you want to do to make a difference?
Even at the state level, I'm having them investigate certain things that I believe still exist in the city of Yonkers. The sense of entitlement, the city cars, the cell phones, these are all taxpayer-funded items, and they're very costly, and they play no small part in draining the resources that we do have. But it's total arrogance in government, abuse of power, manipulation. It's just an abuse of power.
How do you intend to make a difference?
My door is always open to my constituents by phone call or email or through contact with my assistant Debbie Kayal at City Hall. Well, first of all, coming out to vote. I think, unfortunately, so many people don't have the time. I guess they're jaded, they're disgusted with politicians. They don't vote. They think everybody is all the same, especially we've just had our primary races now. If any election is an important one, it's the primary, where you get to pick from a number of candidates. In the election, the general election, you're stuck with who's left, but when you have a primary, when you have more faces in the mix, so to speak, that is the true time when you actually do get more of a say in who's going to be up in the general election. Not enough people vote, and it's so important that they make the time to do that. That's, they spend more time picking out a piece of meat in the butcher than they do in selecting a candidate that they vote for. But the candidate is the one that controls what happens to their money.
I mean, are you aware that political candidates are buying their seats now? Are you aware of that?
No.
Okay.
I haven't.
And that I interview people, and the community is so disgusted, they look at every politician as being corrupt. So how do you try to tell the people to come out and vote, but yet all the people are looking at every politician? If someone says they're a politician, they say that person's corrupt. What would you say to the people that would say that to you, that they're buying their seats, the politician with the most money is going to get the elected office?
The only thing I can tell someone is do your homework. You can't, you can lead a horse to water, you can get them to vote. They have to do their homework. It takes time to research a candidate, to determine who you're going to vote for. Nothing is easy in this life, and if you don't research who you're voting for, what their abilities are, what they've done, what they promised to do, you can't vote on someone unless you've done your homework yourself. That's the only thing I can tell you. There's no easy way to select a candidate. You have to read as much as you can about them, even if it means passing on watching TV a couple of nights a week. Watch a debate. Do your homework. Help yourself make the best selection possible. That's the only thing I can tell you. And going online, do your homework. I mean, Google anyone's name, and you'll be able to find out a wealth of information about any one candidate, and then weigh the evidence, so to speak, against them, pro or con. Sometimes you only have the better of two evils to select when someone's running for office, and that's as good as it might get. But you have to go with, again, the lesser of two evils. You might not have that much to pick from.
What is going on with the mayor's office and the city council up till this point that you have become a councilwoman?
Well, primarily he's blaming the city council for everything, the mayor. Most recently, it's the budget cuts where he and I are in a situation right now dealing with police cuts to the Lake Avenue vicinity, which has become a hotbed of a lot of unsavory activity and has been for some time. He's blamed the council for the police budget cuts for exacerbating the situation, but I didn't vote for this budget. I didn't vote for his budget, which had a higher increase. But my issue with the mayor is there are no cuts to the unnecessary jobs. There's no cuts to the patronage jobs, to the city cars.
Do you think that the mayor has mismanaged City Hall?
Yes, I do. It takes nothing to create a $100,000 plus job in this city out of nothing. You have a handful of people like that. You've got 2 cops right there that could be put on the street. We're only in the 2nd month of our budget, and if he's run out of money already with overtime, there's something wrong there. He's had a festival, a 2-day festival at Trevor Park, which I'm sure depleted the overtime to a great degree. I'm waiting for those figures as to how much it cost the city. I haven't got it yet. The 4th police precinct that had to be backfilled by other precincts to supply the presence needed for that festival. Is that the way that you should have the overtime allotted in this financial crisis when you have areas like Lake Avenue that are suffering with the lack of police presence? Welcome to the Westchester News.
Watching